What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we kind of talk about the rise and fall of the build-up to the both WrestleMania main events. I mean, it's not really a rise and fall, but like what they could have been doing with the WrestleMania main events. Talking about CM Punk and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, and just the absolute failure that both of those storylines have been. This is also just me briefly talking about what happened with Pat McAfee on SmackDown, because I was going to make a whole video about that, but I kind of just want to lump that with me talking about the current direction with CM Punk and Roman Reigns as well. If you like this video, click the like, subscribe, all the bell, all that stuff. Let's get into it. First thing I'm going to talk about is CM Punk and Roman Reigns. This one's probably going to be shorter of both of them, so I'm just going to go with that one first. And the thing with this is kind of the same thing that's happened with Cody and Randy, where they're just adding people into this that don't need to be in it. I don't think that the Usos should be in the storyline. They did not show up on the recent episode of Raw during that brawl. That brawl was pretty. Underwhelming is the word for what I perceived of that. I mean, it was a powerbomb into CM Punk powerbomb Roman, and they glowed to the crowd for like 5 minutes. It felt like, but like, here's the thing: if the Usos are going to be involved in this, I don't understand why. The first promo that they did was really good. I think the second one that they did was also pretty good. But also, I'll mention this right now. The second promo is what I actually want to talk about here. The whole "you're old" thing that Roman Reigns said. It was, I don't know if it was confirmed, but it was like rumored that Roman was supposed to say something about Larry, and they didn't want to, like, that was, like, I guess too far, so they scrapped it and replaced it with the whole "you're old" thing. Which also puts Roman in a corner, like the character Roman Reigns in a corner. If he beats CM Punk, he beat up an old man. If he loses to CM Punk, he lost to the old man. It doesn't, like, that's what this is. I do think that CM Punk's delivery on these promos have been really good, especially in this era where every promo is just a script written out and they kind of just give it to them. I think CM Punk's like way of talking, I guess is the word, is really solid. But like, here's the thing. I will mention it. The Usos being in the storyline kind of pisses me off. If they want to do a Bloodline like just redoing the Bloodline where Jay is at the helm, I don't really care about that. If it's a Jay heel turn, it should just be Jay can do a heel turn while also being like not surrounded by the Bloodline. I feel like they could really do, unless they want to redo the Jay and Roman feud, I guess. But also, where does that leave Jimmy? Like, Jimmy has been cucked this entire last like 2 years. Jay's one of the biggest bay faces in the company, and Jimmy is just like another guy in the mid card division. Like, so I don't know what they're gonna do with that. If it's the Usos turning on Roman, we already saw that. This whole Bloodline story, if they're going to redo the Bloodline story, because it was their biggest thing, basically, in the past, like, couple years, it's just going to be compared to what they did, like I said, a couple years ago. And, like, it's not going to succeed. I don't know. It's not even that it's not going to succeed. It's just not going to be as good. And I think, I don't know, man. If they're going to, like I said, if they're going to do it, it's not going to work. Also, I've been seeing people say The Rock might show up, and I think that's genuinely a possibility, especially with the whole add big stars into this to get the ticket sales up. I will not be shocked if The Rock shows up, maybe even before WrestleMania, to try to boost the ticket sales, because what they're doing right now, because I don't know. I'll talk about it with the whole Randy and Cody thing, but it's not working. I think this was one of those feuds where you could have just had Roman and CM Punk talking to each other, and it would have been completely fine, because that first promo was like, okay, this is the storyline you want to watch. This is the storyline you got to pay attention to. And I think adding the Usos into this, and also Roman calling CM Punk old, and that being the catalyst for that feud, wasn't the best idea, and it kind of damaged it in a way. I don't think that this feud is just completely dead. I think they can actually still do really well. I think the match will be really solid. But I think it's kind of taken a decline over the past few weeks. The next thing I'm going to talk about is Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. This is I'm just going to talk about this. This is going to be like in sections, basically. What this could have been was the easiest. This was the easiest layup of all time. They had this. This is a wide open 3-pointer, and they airballed the shit out of it. Cody and Randy have like a 15-year history. Seriously, so much like legacy. Teacher versus student. Randy was Cody's mentor. Is that yes? Like, so it's just such an easy story to tell. Randy turned heel. He listened to the voices so he can get the 15th title. It is not the easiest story y'all could have done. And what they did was add Pat McAfee into this damn storyline. Here's the thing. So I was going to talk about this when it initially happened, at like right when it happened, during SmackDown. There's been reports that came out that TKO was the reason for it. And, like, I don't understand that. Why would you add Pat McAfee into this? I'll go over the whole segment and the Cody promo, actually, after the segment. But, like, you don't need... I'll tell you right now, if you want to boost ticket sales, this was the worst way to do it. Holy shit. The crowd was booing it because of how terrible it was. You can't do a mystery. This is like the 8th mystery angle in the span of, like, 2 months. But if you're going to do it, another report I was going to talk about here. They apparently had someone planned, and they backed out of it. So I guess doing the whole Pat McAfee thing kind of makes sense. But also the person they originally picked might have actually fit with the whole wrestling has more than one royal family thing that Randy was saying on Raw a few weeks ago. Because, like, in terms of Pat McAfee, he doesn't relate to any of that. But let me just talk about the segment with Pat McAfee. Randy shows up, starts talking. Cody Rhodes shows up, starts being down on Randy. Pat McAfee kicks Cody in the balls and starts talking. The first words he says as this new heel character is him shitting on the sports teams in St. Louis. And I don't really remember what he said. He was just talking about, I think he said like the Cardinals sucked or something, which I'm pretty sure is the baseball team. Like, I'll be honest, I don't like those types of promos, especially when it's so ungodly forced, and that's kind of what that felt like. But let me go back to this. Let me just talk about this whole thing. Pat McAfee says that he misses what WWE used to be. He says he misses the kid. He basically just says he misses the Attitude Era, and he wants to save the WWE. Basically, trying to bring back the Attitude Era and like that more edgy feel. And here's my question: why is Randy the heel, and why is Pat the heel? I want to bring back the best period in wrestling history. Cool, do that. Like, I don't understand that. He says he turns on WWE right now and he sees 5'5" guys doing 45-minute Iron Man matches, which he's wrong in 3 separate occasions there. I don't think there's a single person on the men's roster that's 5'5". They have not done a 45-minute match since 2018, I think, 2019. The last Iron Man match, I'm pretty sure, was, like, I think it was Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins, where the crowd was doing the whole 10, 9, 8, 7, like it was the damn Royal Rumble. So under the Triple H booking, they have not done a Iron Man match or a 45-minute match. If you said this in, like, AEW, it would have made more sense, because there's a lot more smaller people in that company. But, like, Cody Rhodes is not, like, I assume he's talking about, like, the mid-card division, because, like, Carmelo Hayes, for example, Ilya Dragunov, they're not the biggest guys on the roster, but it still doesn't make sense at all. Like I said, there's no one that, I don't know, there's no one that's very, like, short in that company. But anyways, says that, he mentions SmackDown had the lowest rating last week, and I think it was last week, yeah, and that WrestleMania ticket sales are low. Why would you use a factual statement saying that the company is objectively doing bad right now as your heel angle? Why would that does not do good for anybody. It makes literally just burying the WWE, which I guess is the point, which is what Pat was saying, just saying it was absolutely terrible right now. But, like, the fans, like, kind of agree with that. It's not even a heel saying everything sucks right now when it's, like, actually kind of good. This is a heel stating facts that WWE is not doing good right now. So it's just like, okay, why would you use that in your storyline? I didn't understand them going that direction. Um, they then just beat up Cody Rhodes, saying, Pat McAfee was also saying, people like Cody Rhodes, they're ruining the WWE. Why are people not? Why are there so many low ratings when Randy Orton is on the show? Basically, just saying Randy Orton will save the WWE when he wins the title, and it's like, okay, I don't know. It just Pat McAfee saying it made no. He does not fit in this at all. He does not. I think he's a pretty solid talker. I think he, like, especially when his stuff in NXT that he had with Adam Cole, I think that was actually pretty solid. But overall, none of this makes sense. And Pat McAfee did, I think he tweeted out that he'll never make an appearance in WWE again if Randy loses. So Cody, lock the fuck in, man. I'm just saying. Yeah, so later in the show, let me talk about that. Cody came out and cut a promo, which I'm pretty sure, another report, that was just not pre-planned. That was something they just did on the fly. And this was actually a pretty solid promo from Cody. He said, the Pat McAfee reveal was like if Kevin Nash and Scott Hall was revealing the third man. It was Disco Inferno, which was awesome. Reminds me of that Cody Rhodes tweet to Disco Inferno a few years back. But I think, I honestly, at this point, I applaud Cody for trying to do the best with this. Seriously. I think I said this before. I'm not the biggest fan of Cody Rhodes. I think him winning the title wasn't the best decision. But honestly, I applaud him for trying to make the best of this, because this is literally given the just shittiest ingredients possible and trying to make something good. Like, this is just, I don't know. This entire storyline, they took a left turn. It was the worst thing they could have done, seriously. Also, Randy Orton's going to win at WrestleMania, so it's like, whatever. I'll say this right now, by the way. If the entirety of the summer of 2026 has to be Randy Orton and Pat McAfee as a group, basically just dominating the WWE, quote unquote, it's like, why? That if Pat McAfee, if the last shot of WrestleMania is Pat McAfee holding up Randy's hand while Randy has the title, there's no way they learned. There's no way they didn't learn from their lesson with last year. I guess they didn't. With the whole Travis Scott thing. Nobody liked that. Nobody. Literally, there's not a person. I mentioned this in the John Cena retirement tour video. Everyone agrees that was terrible. And I'll tell you right now, I have not seen a positive thing about the whole Pat McAfee situation. I have not seen anything positive. Oh, I'll say this right now. Simon Miller didn't like it. Do you know how bad something has to be if Simon Miller didn't like it? I don't know. Overall, I don't get it. I don't understand the direction that WWE is going. This is the road to WrestleMania, and nothing feels important. Oba and Brock is the best feud going on right now, and I actually think that's a pretty solid feud. No celebrity involvement, nothing. They just go out there and feud, and it's really good. It's really well done. Same thing they could have done with Cody and Randy. Just have them feud. Just have them talk over their history. Like I said, Roman and Punk. Just have them talk. Give them that history. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. I did genuinely. I think the actual matches will be solid. I will say that. Roman and Punk will be a really good match. Cody and Randy will be a really good match. But, like, if you look at, I see people say this. If you look at the card on paper, it's a really solid card for, like, WrestleMania. But the builds have just been really weird and not good. I don't know. That's a sidetrack. After all, though, tomorrow I will be making a review on NXT Stand and Deliver. So stay tuned for that. But what's the one motto I always follow? Fuck the Canes. See ya.